Hello, good evening, guys, good evening. And yes, it's me. I am back. I am back. Um, anyway, um, I am waiting for Angela B. Spragg. She's due on at this moment in time. If you want to know what I'm doing, actually, I'm trying to clean my computer because when you're doing podcast or when I'm doing some other stuff on here, sometimes I get dirty fingers. And my wife, she always says to me, yeah, your computer is dirty, bring the gas. So I've got to make sure that this is clean. Anyway, so we're waiting for Angela. She's always late, you know what I mean? Always, you know. She's probably putting her makeup on. Always late. Never can be on time, honestly. Honestly. So, anyway, but there you go. Always late. What can you do, eh? Where can you get a star from? I must admit, though, you know, it is be quiet, without her. You know what I mean? You want to see somebody like, kind of like, drinking gin all the time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I think alcoholic in a way, you know. You know what I mean? I don't know what she's doing, guys. I haven't got a clue. She could be, um, doing all sorts of things. Anyway, you know what these women do, don't you? You know, they kind of like they put their lippy on, they put their eyelashes on, their fake ones. You know, they look in the mirror and they go, "What I do for tonight? I got hair out of place." You know what I mean? You know, someone was talking to me this morning, right? I think it was one of my carers actually, talking about Botox. You know, I'm not trying to be funny, but why Botox? You know, if you want to be pretty, just kind of like just leave the Botox out. You know, gosh, I've seen some sites, on the news and on this morning and things like that about Botox. Oh, it's horrible, isn't it? Having Botox, you've got messages. Yeah? Anyway, I don't know what she's doing. I know she does. I think she's like having problems getting on. I reckon. What? Well, you have to ask her to come in again. These. You go on there, right? You know, you'd be surprised what's in a women's handbag. You know what I mean. I'm glad that my wife doesn't have an handbag. Can you imagine it? But why do women need a handbag for? Oh, stick a toilet sink in, or oh, put my makeup in, put a spare. If I go out for the night, put a spare some panties in or whatever, or stick their purse in. You know what's it all about? An handbag. Wow. Then they talk about then they're in the pub at now, then they're having a little drink and everything. The next minute they're talking about crap. because that's what women do. No. Um, I'm just going to send Angela a another link. Um, you know what these women are like. They so guys, if you are watching, please share your page. We will get Angela on in a due bit. B spragg, where I'm trying to get her on. So anyway, so we will get her on. I will send her another link. If you please bear with me. My computer does it will go. My computer's crazy, honestly. Come on, computer. Honestly, my computer is. Till I've been with her 2 minutes. I'm just trying to get her. Oh, I'm trying to send her a link, but it's not letting me. Computers. Yes, we're still live, guys. We're still live. Uh, so if you're listening, don't go anywhere. We will get her on. We will get her on. Something inside so strong. It's on there. So if you're watching, guys, still we're still here. Um, the trouble is now, guys, is that I have a problem because yeah, I know. So I've got to send her the proper one. Yeah, I know. So I sent her the wrong link, guys. So I need to. What I'm going to do, I'm going to send her. I'm going to be with her in 2 secs. So sorry, so sorry. This is a nightmare. Nightmare. How did I do that? Anyway, I sent her the wrong link, so I'm coming on now. Sorry, but my computer is really, really slow. Oh, it's crazy. We're trying to get there, guys. We're getting there. I am. We are. We're like British Rail at the moment. We're getting there. Come on, computer. Come on, computer. Anyway, I'll sing you a song for away. Right, I've sent it. Right. Angela, if you're listening to me, I have sent it. So we're just waiting for Angela. Big Spragg, you know, the woman. Big Spragg. Angela. Here she is.
Hello.
We had a nightmare.
There are
Sorry,
two.
I gave you the wrong one. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. There are two Angelas, so they're bound to be a nightmare, I guess. How are you?
Yes, I
Good
have got.
evening, everybody.
I'm okay. How are you?
I am okay. Cheers.
Right. Chin chin, chin chin.
Chin
I'm
chin,
not
everybody.
surprised.
I thought you
Chin
might be
chin.
surprised. I thought you might be surprised. Chin chin, everybody. Happy
Oh,
Friday.
happy Friday. Now, if you're anybody watching, and if you see somebody with glass on my right hand side, she's a bit of an alcoholic. You got to watch out for her. And and
And I'm
and
proud of
watch
it.
out because no,
She
I'm only
what?
joking. Okay, I'll leave you. I'll leave you with the lovely Angela. Always a pleasure to have her on here, guys. And I will talk to you later on. Bye bye for now.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good evening to everybody. How are you? Welcome to Talking Life at 8. You may be surprised. Well, 7 o'clock is very, very tight for me. And excuse my nasally voice, it is thanks to the bark pollens. So I get that in September, and I sound awful. I can't do any recording, and but I'm not ill. I just sound ill. I'm not ill at all. So 7 o'clock is very close because I am a commercial driver, as most of you know, and traffic on Friday early evening is absolutely horrendous. You don't need me to tell you that. It doesn't matter what area you're in. It's Friday evening and everybody wants to use the roads. And people, hard-working people like me, they get stuck in traffic and then get delayed for talking live on Crossroads Podcast UK. So I must say, I have missed you. You may have realized that I was not available last Friday. You know, in a week, so much happens. I don't know whether it's just my life, But every week, so much happens. We had a bereavement in the home that I live in. Of a retired police officer passed away a week last Friday, and it was a very, very sad loss. And it would have been inappropriate to host Talking Life in the middle of, such a sad news. So hence, Talking Life did not happen last Friday. So Talking Life is happening at 8 today. At the moment, I think 8 o'clock is a suitable time, but we'll see how it goes. But I will attempt to keep Talking Life at 8 if there are no major disruptions in the near future. So those of you who do listen and who do find my craziness attractive on Friday evening, and those of you who ask loads of questions, Talking Life at 8. So I look forward to hear your questions. Welcome again. I hope you all have had a wonderful week. It's the weekend, and I hope you have great plans to not just relax, but have lots of fun, because life is not worth living if it doesn't include fun, right? Now, all of you are probably last week I would have mentioned a few things about the funeral. I was so blessed to have participated in the Queen's funeral. We transported loads of police officers to the City of London for the funeral procession, and I was very, very proud to be part of the Queen's funeral in my humble way. But what a great service, what a great send-off. It was so perfectly done, no mistakes. The animals were great, people behaved beautifully, honorably, and all the people who contributed to managing such a huge and long event in 2 different locations. Oh, that must have been such a tiring day. But what an honor to do something for once in a life experience. So that was really good. We actually had the cricket ground to ourselves because we were on standby duties, and I absolutely loved it. It was sad and like a day full of reflection. It really makes you think about a few things, especially when, because I have lost somebody very dear to me a year ago, and September is the first anniversary month. And so I have been reflecting a lot. I have lost 2 really good friends, and last Friday I lose somebody again, and it's like all the best ones have gone. And it's the oval cricket ground. That's where 4 or 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 drivers. We had the whole oval cricket ground to ourselves. We were in one of the suites watching the funeral online, because we had to be close to the location, but we couldn't go out of the building to view the procession, because in case we were needed, we didn't want to get stuck in the crowd. So we had the oval ground to ourselves. I do have some pictures. Perhaps if I remember, I'll share it in my Facebook post with this live. So I always forget to share this. I'm going to see if I can share this while I speak. I was actually listening to a lovely collection of music from a very good friend of mine. It's called the Tropical. Let me look at that again. Tropical Chill. I tell you what, that guy is so talented. He's a very good friend of mine, and I absolutely love listening to it. I listen to it first thing in the morning. I listen to it in the evening when I'm chilling out. I was listening to it every time I want to reflect or write or think about something, I put that music on, and it brings blissfulness. So Tropical Chill, do check it out on Spotify. It's absolutely brilliant. So let me find Facebook. Let's go to Crossroads Podcast UK. I always forget to share this, and I have some very nice followers, and they always say you didn't share the link. I'm like, oh, sorry. So I thought, I love my whiskey. I forgot to bring the tonic, and I forgot to bring the lemon, and I thought I really want to have prepare a really nice gin and tonic, and I'm going to have that on Talking Life. And it's cold and dreary, it's raining, which is perfect weather for my writing. So I thought, nah, I'll have a whiskey. It's just quick, pour the bottle. Well, maybe not the whole bottle, only a little bit. This is Jura. I can drink this like water. I love it. But, because I have to get up early, I can't drink too much. Chin chin. So, you may be wondering, some of you may have seen my poster. I'm going to have a quick look on the phone to show you what I said in my poster, and perhaps you can make a comment if you're listening. I hope I don't sound too dreadful for you in your ears. I created this poster for the show, or a video thing. Pathological liar, or pathological liars, maybe, is that mental health issues. Now, this is like a very strong kind of subject for Friday evening, isn't it? But if you think about it, lying is such a common thing people do. I will explain to you why, first of all, I chose this topic. Because lying is something it's very disagreeable for my system. I find it much easier to be truthful and harshly truthful when needed. And I feel very comfortable with it. And I feel I'm quite aware that people are not very receptive to truthfulness. And if I know there is a snowflake in front of me and who asks for my truthfulness, and I know very well that person can't handle it, I won't give it. I rather be silent and say, now is not the time. Or, I don't think you will like my truth, and I rather not go there. Or, I rather not talk about subject. But I find a number of ways to deviate from lying. Why lie? Why is lying so necessary for some people? And please tune in your sympathetic ear, because it is a condition that some people just cannot control. Like me, I just love being happy. I can't control that. That's in me. I love to laugh, and I love to be naughty. I love to have lots of laughter and joy. I can't help that. That's just me, right? There are some people who cannot not lie, because that is who they are. And there are some people who are very sensitive towards how other people react. So lying is the next best thing. There are other people who don't even realize that they lie. So they carry on lying. And people on the receiving end, they get into all kind of knicker twisting moments. It's like, why do we find being lied to so offensive? Why do we not see that the person who is lying, there is a character flaw in them. So if there is a character flaw in somebody, why are you offended? The flaw is in them. The flaw is not in you. The fact that they lie to you, the flaw is still in them, in their character. It's got nothing to do with you. The reasoning behind it may be, A, B, or C. It could be any reason. Why do we get so offended when people lie to us? It's worth thinking about. And while we are very quick to look how other people behave towards us, do we also look at why that behavior happened towards you? I think about these things often. I think because I never want to offend anybody. And I'm always mindful of my actions and the words I use and or my behavior. Sometimes I am only too aware of how people will behave, and I may step back or be silent or react really badly, because sometimes that is the only language some people understand. I still would resort to the latter as a last resort, not the first. So, if I was to Google that, it's interesting. If we Google, let me open my phone for a moment. If I go into my new tab, because I need the other one open, why do we get offended by being lied to? Let's see what Google comes up with that. So why being lied to hurt us so much? There's a lovely Psychology Today. I used to subscribe to that. It's a wonderful platform, all psychology related issues. And 4 ways to, there's an article that's come up. Why being lied to hurt so much? When something hurts us so much, it usually means the issue is with you. I always think, however we are feeling, perhaps we should look at more often, regularly, why we react the way we do. So I'm going to see if I can. There are no bullet points, and this is a very heavy reading. Okay, I'm just going to read the first paragraph and see what we come up with. At some point in our life, everyone is the victim of a lie. Everyone, not some of us, everyone is a victim of a lie. Whether you've been dealt a lie by a spouse or partner who's caught out in a fake excuse of head of the global banking firm who's stolen from millions of investors, the horrible feeling of distrust is the same. Our faith is shattered, and the next time round, we find it harder to trust. Now, 2 very important words: faith and distrust. Faith. Why do we put so much faith in a person we know so little? Because I think when it comes to when you like somebody, whether they're a friend, because there are only 2 types of or people really, friends or lovers, right? In my books, I mean, families is just exactly the same. Either they, whether you like them or not, they're always going to be there. They're always going to be bonded to you, unfortunately, whether you meet them or deal with them, engage with them, or whatever. The point is, with a family, you have a choice not to respond. But why do, families hurt us just as much as friends and lovers? But why do all kind of this lying, being lied to, hurt us so much? It's because our faith is, according to this article, our faith has been dismantled. Our trust has been broken. There's usually a saying called, it takes years to build a trust. It takes a second to break it. So why is that like such a big deal to us? I wonder if animals react the way we do. Do animals behave this way? Or is it just a human thing? Because animals can just have a fight with you and eat you for breakfast, right? We are a civilized society. We are not meant to just kill each other. Not a bad idea, though. So, is your trust been broken by somebody you really cared about? Whether they were your friends. There's a background noise, I think, Steve. Whether they're your friends or whether they're your lovers. I have the reason, I'll tell you first, the reason why I am talking about this. Because I'm coaching, I have a new client. And just in a regular conversation, this very, the nature of the trust being broken because of the previous relationships, and how that person now behaves because that person is in a new relationship and they are not experiencing the same drama as the previous one, and now they don't know how to behave. So I thought, how interesting is this topic? When somebody treats you really bad in a relationship, you make excuses. Excuse me, you make excuses, you forgive, you are flexible because you want to learn about that person, and forever on, you carry on forgiving, forgetting, moving on, fresh start, forgiving, kiss and make up, let's try again. Then you get stuck in that system, don't you? Because now your perpetrator's thinking, oh, this is easy. This is the cycle, right? I know how to play this game. But is lying, why is lying so common? Surely being truthful should be common, not the other way about. When I traveled in India back in 2017, I noticed, like, in the Indian culture, being like showing your seniors respect and showing others respect is far more important than being truthful. I'll elaborate on that. Some of you may find that may find my comments rather, I don't think so, love, but I have experienced that myself. I have, when I stayed over there, I questioned that many times, because in order to not offend or be shown like you're not exercising etiquette towards that person, or you're not being polite, lying was the easier option. I'll give you an example. If somebody invited you to, let's say, a wedding, and you know that wedding is not really important for you, and rather than saying, I just can't make it because I have a lot going on, they don't do that. They will conjure up a new excuse that is you know, that is sort of sounds like that's a good feasible excuse. They would rather lie than to offend. Lie than to offend. Now, to me, I find that extraordinary because to me, I work totally the opposite. I will not deliberately try to offend, but I will, out of respect, explain and say, this is, the reason why I feel. It may be just in my mind, it may be just in my head, it may be just the way I think, but I really don't like this. Although you may be offended by that, but I really don't want to. I really don't want to, lie to you. But to me, lying is like is showing no respect to another intelligent human being. I'm going to read this comment. You get to find out if you lie, Tess from Cornwall. Doesn't make sense what that means. Please elaborate. So to me, lying, why do we lie? The article I was reading earlier is the while I was going through with this client. This client has got a fascinating story, and obviously for confidentiality purposes, I cannot divulge the full scenario. But I was fascinated how that person cannot cope with truthfulness, how this person cannot believe that their partner is so truthful and honest because they're so used to having stories, lies, and all that drama. So he or she, they have got a very transparent relationship, very beautiful relationship, and the person don't know what to do, and hence I'm coaching. And I said, I love that topic so much. I would coach that lady, that person, not lady, sorry. I would coach that person without charge because the subject it just fascinates me. It is about the self. Anything to do with the self always fascinates me. As some of you may know, I do a lot of self perspective coaching. So it's always asking the self, connecting with the self. Get to know what you really want rather than following everybody else's patterns. So, what to share? There are 3 types of liars, pathological liars. When I was reading this, we know we already are quite familiar with 2 types of or 2 reasons why anyone would lie. I would definitely lie if it means temporarily I am lying to save somebody, perhaps. It has to be life or death scenarios. And I haven't been in a lot of life and death scenarios. So there hasn't been a reason, or I can't remember where I had to lie in the past. My papa, my grandma, my biological dad always used to worry the hell because I was brutally honest. So I just had to curb that brute force because I know people are very, very touchy and delicate when you lay it out on the table very openly. People can't handle it. I remember being in a high school, um, and also in a college. I lost a friend because I was being too truthful. I got asked a question and I answered very honestly, and they never spoke to me since. I just don't understand. If you're going to ask a question, you know, why be offended with a truthful answer? So I'm just trying to read my notes here. I think I've lost my notes. Where are we? Oh, yes, got it. So, lying, I just wanted to just share because I would like to visit this topic again, actually, because lying is something is something that is that fascinates me because I'm fascinated by why people lie. Why do you lie? Why do you care so much about offending rather than, I'll be offended totally if somebody lied to me because you're testing somebody's intelligence. If you're lying, you think they're not going to get. I mean, have you heard of, you know, like it's a known thing that when a man is cheating on a woman, women just know because women are very perceptive and very intuitive. So they pick up on the change of body language, and so do men. Some men are very intuitive as well. And so if you are lying about, I am not having an affair, clearly all over your face, it's written otherwise, I think you're just making things worse. To me, I would find it much easier to tell somebody, I am going to move on. I am not happy here. And ta-ra. And I totally understand that situation is not always easy because there are financial and emotional attachments, and you can't just get rid of people. You cannot just walk away from people. I totally get that. But life is about choices, as you may, read one of my poems, which I forgot to share the link of. And it is about what choices you make. And if your choice is to lie to somebody, then let it be so. But don't feel guilty about it, you know. So there are some people lie to protect. I would be the only time I would lie if it's a life and death situation. I can't think any other reason why I would lie. The other lie we are mostly familiar with is the narcissistic lie, like gaslighting. So if you have come across any kind of abuse, domestic abuse, child abuse, bullying behavior, all of those kind of abusiveness at work, uh, you know, all of that comes under abuse or narcissistic behavior. Gaslighting is when a person will tell tales about either their spouse or their friend or whatever to make believe that this person is different to what they are because you are jealous of them, because you want to control them, because you want what they have or you want their job. So they will conjure up stories to put you in a bad light. I have had all of this happen to me. I have had people have cheated on me. People have lied to me on my face, even when I knew the truth. People have, both men and women, in my life who are friends, and men who have been my lovers, if you like. They have all lied to me, and I have almost known all the time they have lied. And I would rather just walk away because I have too much respect for myself. Because I just know that is a lie, and everything that you're saying is a lie. And you think, why do you need to go there? And I asked one of my friend a question just a few days ago. Why do men lie? And I was told cowardice behavior, because men do not want to hurt your feelings. So that is one of the cowardice. Although they are brave men, they are strong physically and emotionally. They're strong, but when it comes to hurting somebody through a breakup, and my dad was the worst one at that. He just could not tell a woman that he cannot continue with her, or cannot ever foresee a lasting relationship with her. He couldn't do it. He was the biggest coward in that respect. Although he was a wrestler, he was a very strong man, but he just couldn't bring himself to see a woman cry or get upset. So he could not deliver that sad news to a woman that I now want to part company. And I totally, totally get that. But it does more damage, I believe. The damage is being lied to, not the parting. It's being lied to. So why is lying? Why does lying really penetrates our soul? It breaks us to pieces. Why? There are other people on this planet. Why does it hurt so much? Is it because you've given so much to that person and that person has just destroyed you with one act, perhaps with a lie? Think about it. If you're hurting, if you've been lied to, why are you still carrying that? And that applies to me too. There are some things that are very, very difficult to let go. Very difficult to let go. And there is another. So this is why I am, and the hour isn't long enough to discuss this topic fully. And it's very important that we understand why people lie in order to heal both parties, so that you are not, sitting on that negative, lead, heavy energy, when you should be saying, let's both move on. Let's both move on, right? The other, now all of this, these are the normal lies, right? But there are stronger personality disorder type of lying. There are three I've come across: BPD, NPD, APD. So it's a borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, which we have discussed, antisocial personality disorder. So pathological lying is a possible symptom of certain personality disorders. And the funny thing is, people who have this personality disorder, some people, narcissistic behavior is very, very, a person is very intelligent, they know exactly what they're doing. It's all deliberate act to have power over you and control you. So I am less sympathetic towards that. But your other personalities it can be perhaps cured or managed, but it's very difficult to diagnose somebody, let's say with depression or mental health issues, to say that actually I need help. And reading this article, it was funny. I was quite amazed, not funny, but I was quite amazed that the doctors are saying it's this needs to be, it is the lying, this type of lying is a mental health issue, and it is a huge problem. But the problem is the doctor never gets to know about it, because nobody's actually going to confess to the doctor, oh, by the way, I lie frequently and I don't know why. Because if you are suffering from personality disorders, you don't know. You actually don't know that you're lying. So, as we all know, domestic abuse is very, very common in the human society. It's very common amongst human. So, how how is it okay to sort of accept that behavior? How is it okay that being lied to is a common thing? Should we not be thinking, why is lying common in humanity altogether? And as far as I'm concerned, there isn't a lie that is, worthy to be told. There isn't a lie that needs to be lied to anybody. So there are some people who are habitual liars. I always say, if you are a habitual liar, do you even know that you lie? Or has it become so normal for you to lie that you don't know any better? Like a naughty kid. Kids love being naughty, but they know that they're being naughty and they know what's acceptable and what's not. And they hide, they cower when they know that they've done something wrong. Even a dog, when he's done something wrong, he's like, gives you those puppy eyes, like, I've done this, Dad, but please don't tell me off. Animals are aware that they've done something wrong, but a dog's not going to say, by the way, it's me. So humans don't say, by the way, I did lie. Do you feel like you need the extra courage to be truthfulness? Or are you scared that if you are being truthful, that there are going to be repercussions? So if there are going to be repercussions, is it not better to be silent than to retaliate or to tell a lie? Or to, why not just be silent? And this is what I have done because, I have been lied to, especially during my grieving period. That hurt the most. I think. And when you're already going through a form of very, sad and loss energy, and then you are being tormented by being lied to, it kind of really doesn't go well. So, as far as I'm concerned, the reason why I talked about today, in today's topic, the lying bit, is some people are not aware that they lie so much, especially if they have some kind of, issues with loyalty or normality, or they have had some form of depression, anxiety, domestic abuse, children who are neglected. They all lie. We all lie for various reasons. But I wonder what it would be like if we didn't have to lie at all. I love the life that I lead because it's fairly transparent. I find lying such a hard work. But I'm sure if I need to lie, I will, but it will have to be life and death situation. Maybe it will just, be one of those things I'll never see. But can you imagine your life without lying? Can you imagine being in a relationship where you never have to lie? Walking in truthfulness, it is a lonely path. But I don't feel alone. I feel all right with myself. I'd rather be alone than lie or to be lied to. So before you start being hurt by somebody's lies, please understand that they may not even be aware that they lie because it has become a habit. And whereas you may be hurting so deeply inside, understand that the flaw is in another person's character and not in yours. So you manage and maintain your character, your beautiful self. And if other people have lied to you, they have lied. The problem is them and it's not you. So, really, I feel very strongly about this lying and being truthfulness and all that. So, I thought I'd share it. And that is really all, as our hour is almost up. And I am just really going to have a wonderful relax. I haven't stopped for the last few weeks, and I just want to have some chill out now. I think I'm going to have a few more whiskies. What do you think? What do you think, Steve? That's all for me.
I tell you what, that was a big subject tonight, wasn't it?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I always try to, do my best on Crossroads podcast. I love your platform. Thank you for allowing me 8 o'clock slot.
Yeah, 1 minute 7, 1 minute 8. It's well, the trouble is, someone said earlier. They said, you know, to be to be a good liar, you have a good memory, ain't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
I can't be bothered. I
And
find it hard.
some, I think sometimes, so do you find that when people do lie, they like to run away from the truth?
I think people are usually very unsure of themselves. I think mostly people don't want to upset the other person or cause harm or hurt. I think mostly people mean well when they're lying, but I find that disrespectful. I just think you should have just told me the truth because there isn't any. I
Mm.
mean, some people behave really badly when they hear the truth, so you can understand why people lie. You know, I
So,
rather
so
I
what
rather
situation?
yeah.
So, what situations do you want people to tell you the truth? Is it when you meet somebody and they want to pour everything out to you, about themselves, or do you want to kind of like, just kind of like open that someone will one day pour everything out to you? Because some people like
Yeah.
to keep it themselves, don't they? And so what they do is they lie.
But
They lie.
truthfulness is not about telling everything about your life. That's not what it's about. In your everyday, if
Right.
you think about it, in uh, every day, how many times has one lied? Have we lied by making a false statement? Oh, you look lovely, and actually they can't stand you. That's a lie. Oh, I'm happy to do
Mm,
that. And they're complaining, oh, I really didn't want that. But I wish you hadn't asked. But oh, God, it's like it's so the norm that what people say and how they feel, it's like they live such a lie. It should be
mm,
it should be quite easy to live life as you should. It's got nothing to do with I don't want to know your business. If you I'm not inquisitive enough to know people's business. What people tell me is what people tell me. So it's like it's
yeah,
everyday
yeah,
practical conversations. Why do we lie?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. It was quite good. I think it was. I was getting quite a lot of messages coming through. There was a couple here saying, a liar always find out, which is true. If you lie, you get found out. Why do people lie to their girlfriends when they first meet and say that there's somebody and they're not? Have you ever
Well,
had that?
how? What, online?
Yeah,
How?
yeah. Have you ever had that? Hmm. Have you
Elaborate.
ever had somebody? Right. Okay. So, have you ever had somebody like online or a dating agency, or you've been out on a date and you met this person and this person's turned around and said that they're like, I don't know. Let's make a scenario. So, somebody you meet and they say they're a doctor, and you find out they're not a doctor and they're or whatever.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, yeah.
Mm. And when that happened, how did you feel? Do you feel like, why did you have to lie? Because
Yeah, I don't.
I liked you
It,
because. Mm,
yeah, but I don't like them. If I'm going to meet up with somebody, you're meeting to just see the person, who they are and what they are, because what people say online is different to what your senses will pick up about that person. And you see, I don't get hurt by that. I just think, oh, what a waste of time that was. So when somebody's
mm,
lied, you should stop that meeting straight away. Finish what you're doing, enjoy the evening or whatever, and just don't see them again. Because if they can lie to you at the first stage, they're never going to be truthful to you 100%, are they? If they can lie about simple things,
mm,
there's no. I will. I had a last year. I met somebody in London, actually a really really nice fella. I liked him. I wasn't very impressed with his hygiene. He looked nice and everything,
mm,
spoke really well, very caring. We shared lovely evening together. But he put on a statement that he was this, but actually he was not. But he was very honest about what he did. And the conversation was a little bit dry. Excuse me. So I didn't pursue because of what he said, but I didn't pursue because the communication level wasn't to my satisfaction. So it was a pleasant evening, but wasted time.
right, right, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, do you expect people who you meet, sometimes men, they do lie because they want to make things out of themselves. They want to be big, don't they? They want to
It's
boast and everything, what they're
it's
doing.
the ego.
You know what I
They're
mean?
massaging the ego.
Yeah, do
They're
you ever
mass.
get men like that? Have you ever had men like that?
Yes, I find them quite unattractive.
Do you know?
Yeah. And there are some men I don't like, Steve. I know I like most men, but there are some men I just go off them because they're like, gosh, they're so uninteresting. To me, I like complex men. I like men with some, you know, depth to them. If they're going to lie about something pathetic, you think, at least lie about something decent. What's all that about? You know?
Mm-mm. Before I before I go, I'm gonna tell you something, right? That I never shared anything, right? But um, because you said something that kind of really hit me, right? So
Yes.
a long time ago, I used to be a pathetic liar. I lift my hands up, right? I lift my hands up. Now, when I was younger, when I was in relationships, I used to say I'm a professional footballer to pull a woman, to pull a girl, right? Okay. So, so she's and what she said. well, if you're a professional football player, take me to the ground. I said, yeah, fine. I phoned up my friend. I need a, I need a. Can you take me to Sons? Can you let me in when I come along and say that who I am and all that stuff? Took her down the tunnel and everything, showed her around and everything. And she said, "Oh, come along Saturday to watch you play." And then I ring her up on a Friday and say, "Oh, I just my lag enjoyed it and saw me out." And the trouble is, you got to be a really, really blinking good liar, right? To even to pull somebody in a relationship,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
have to. You have to.
Yeah.
If you are stuck, if you were knocking three women, say like I knocked, I was kind of like, my wife's laughing at me. I was seeing three women at the same time, right? And one day I was. Did I tell you about that when I got caught in the pub?
Yeah.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened was when I was in that pub when I met that other woman, right? She was saying to me, "Oh well, are we going to go into a relationship?" She said, "Have you got anybody else?" No. My wife was outside in the car, right? My and I was in the pub with this woman who I blinking told lies to. The next minute, my wife now Michelle, my wife goes and gets Michelle because we were friends. And next minute, can you imagine all three of them there in front of me when I come out the toilet, and they face me, right? Now that's the truth, and yeah, it's true. My wife's here now, and she'll tell you. And the trouble is, you got to be a really good person to tell a lie. And there and then I thought, bloody hell, that's it. Now, no more, no more. And
Yeah.
you will get found out. You will get found out. So, guys, if you're listening, I know some of you guys now on my radio that, and you're sending me messages saying, "Get on there, Steve, pull 'em, whatever." That's fine. Have your fun. But I'm telling you now, um, by listening to this tonight about lying and things like that, I think Angela is right, and we all know that lying doesn't get you anywhere. It just kind of like it just lets you all down. So please don't. And do you know what? Now, if I lie, I gotta there and then there now. If I lie to somebody, there and then I gotta go. Oh, I'm just gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's what I've
Yeah.
got to do now.
Yeah. It's
Why? 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 Anyway.
it's very important that we understand how you are impacted because you are lying, and how the other person has been impacted. See, the way I look at it, the flaw is in the other person, because I live a truthful life as much as I can. And if I have been untruthful, I will say, actually, okay, I'm sorry about that. I forgot about that. So I
Mm.
apologize. I am not ashamed to put my hand up. I'm not ashamed to put my hand up when I've made a mistake. And all I know
No,
is
no, no. Yeah.
all I know is when you keep your character, and you are constant in your character traits, people will, even people who don't like you, will trust you. They would trust you before
Mm,
their, the next of kin or whatever, because you are
mm,
constant in your character.
mm,
And it's because of my consistent trait is the reason why people who've come up to me, who should never have come up to me and said, by the way, Angela, did you know this? I said, yeah, I did. Moving on. People, there be angels who are going to come and protect you. If you're lying, you are only damaging yourself, because
yeah,
I can
yeah.
tell you, like, there are people in from my previous relationships. They know that they have done bad, and There is no way that I could ever. I don't go back. I don't go back with exes. And I've been told by my, ex relations, because I keep in touch with most of my exes. I ask how they are. I have meals with them if and I keep very good friends with them. And that is their biggest regret, is lying to
Mm.
me and breaking up with me. You can
Mm.
only have me once. If you mess it up, I'm moving on. I don't go back. It is always going to be your loss, not mine. And they are not, it's not just me who thinks like that. Women who are quite independent or not, they all think like that. When you lie to somebody, you destroy that love between you two. That bond is never,
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
going to fully recover. So you're not damaging that person alone. You're causing more harm to yourself. So as far as I'm concerned, lie all you want, because you are pushing good people out of your life. Carry on. So that's
Mm.
that's my thinking.
Brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. That was a good subject. And guys, if you please leave your messages or anything, and if you've got anything to say, let us know, and I will let Angela know later on. I better let her go because she's more of a whiskey
I
and
do.
whatever.
Empty.
Yeah. So Angela, gin. You got your gin, have you?
No whiskey
Right,
today.
there you go,
Whiskey
guys. Oh, whiskey. Oh God, I'm not allowed to drink whiskey. Oh, I'm a bit dangerous. Right, guys. Thank you. Thanks,
Have a
Angela.
wonderful
Brilliant.
weekend.
And God bless. Bye bye.
Shall I leave? I'll leave.